coworker said I do grunt work while she makes it shine, so I let her shine in front of 12 executives. My coworker Vanessa genuinely believed the office revolved around her. She'd interrupt client calls to ask if her new highlights looked good. She'd use the conference room for personal FaceTime sessions during scheduled meetings. But what really got me was how she'd stolen credit for 3 of my projects that year. "Oh, the Morrison account proposal?" she'd say whenever management was within earshot. I basically had to redo the whole thing. Some people just don't understand professional standards. The first 2 times I let it slide. The third time was different. I'd spent 2 months developing a client retention system that increased our renewal rate by 40%. During the quarterly review, Vanessa presented my entire system as her little side project. Our boss Thomas was impressed. "Vanessa, this is exactly the kind of leadership we need. Let's discuss your promotion after this meeting." She had the nerve to wink at me when Thomas praised her attention to detail. That afternoon, she stopped by my desk. "Thanks for the assist on that project. I'll mention you helped with some data entry." She examined her nails. "Honestly, you should be thanking me. I took your little spreadsheet thing and made it presentable. Thomas would have fallen asleep if you'd presented it." She patted my shoulder. "Not everyone's a natural in front of leadership. That's why we make a good team. You do the grunt work, I make it shine." That's when I decided Vanessa needed a reality check. I knew her biggest weakness. She never actually read anything. She skimmed, assumed, and bluffed her way through everything. 2 weeks before our biggest client presentation, I created a folder on our shared drive labeled Anderson Pitch, Final Version, Vanessa Lead. Inside, slides about implementing interpretive dance into quarterly reports, a 5-year plan for replacing office communication with mime, budget allocations for emotional support peacocks. I emailed her, "Here's my contribution to your presentation. I know you'll want to perfect it with your expertise." She replied instantly, "Thanks. I'll make sure it's flawless, as always." The next morning, she cornered me in the break room. "I glanced at your draft. It's cute that you tried, but I'm going to heavily revise it." She poured herself coffee from the pot I'd just made. "Don't take it personally. Presentation design is an art form." Meanwhile, I saved the real presentation on my local drive. The day arrived. 12 Anderson Industries executives filled our boardroom, ready to decide on a $5 million contract. Vanessa strutted in wearing her power suit. She spotted me and mouthed, "Watch and learn. Gentlemen, ladies," she began, "prepare to see the future of corporate innovation. First slide, interpretive dance metrics, moving beyond traditional analytics." The room went silent. Vanessa, never one to actually look at her own screen, continued confidently. "As you can see, we're proposing a radical shift in how we communicate data. Next slide, a pie chart showing peacock maintenance at 30%. We believe in sustainable wildlife integration." The Anderson CEO slowly removed his glasses. "Is this some kind of joke?" That's when she finally looked at her screen. "Someone sabotaged my presentation." Thomas stood up, face red. "Vanessa, you assured me you'd personally reviewed everything twice." "I did. I mean, the title said final version." I raised my hand. "If I may, I have a backup presentation. I always prepare one, just in case." 20 minutes later, the Anderson team signed with us, specifically requesting I manage their account. As executives filed out shaking my hand, the Anderson CEO paused. "That retention framework you mentioned, the 40% renewal increase, impressive. Was that yours as well?" "Yes, I developed it over the past 2 months." Thomas's head snapped toward me. "The retention system?" But Vanessa presented that at the quarterly review. The silence was deafening. Vanessa's face drained of color. "Vanessa," Thomas said slowly, "you told me you created it from scratch." It was a team effort. We'll discuss this after." In the hallway, Vanessa grabbed my arm. "You set me up. I gave you a presentation. You said you'd review it. You said you'd make it flawless." For once, she had nothing to say. That promotion discussion became a very different meeting. Thomas spent the afternoon reviewing every project Vanessa had ever claimed credit for.